because this is the, I would say the CD release party, but it's also the vinyl release party. How many people in this room still have a record player at home, a turntable? That's actually a very good show of hands. I do too. We have a turntable down the radio station, so I still play some vinyl once in a while. So, what do you want to say?
Greg and I were chatting a little while ago, and I told him I remember quite a few years ago when the first time that we met, he was just a boy. He really was, a young teenager, or maybe 17 or 18. And I sat down at a jam and had his banjo in his hand, and he looked like he was really excited to play. And we have watched him evolve from a young banjo player into, he's a doctor, and he's also this incredible musician. He plays every instrument on the face of the earth. He knows everybody in the bluegrass industry at this point, and he chose to come here when he could be anywhere, really. He chose to come here. He could be performing surgery. He's not a surgeon, Bruce. No, don't do that, Greg, that's illegal. Yeah. But he did choose to be here, and we're really thrilled that he has chosen the January Ice Jam for his CD release party. I'm going to let Bruce talk a little bit more about these guys and give you a little history.
Well, we're very excited to have them here with us this evening. And as she said, last call for the basket raffle. Back in that corner, and the drawing for the basket raffle will be at 8. Yes, 8, between 8. We're running a little behind. So it will be between Hidden Drive. But anyway, as we were saying, we're in for a real treat this evening. And as you said, Greg could be playing this banjo anywhere tonight, but he is here in Butler, Pennsylvania, playing for his friends, family, and fans here in Western Pennsylvania, and releasing the brand new CD and the vinyl release of the record, the project Community, which you may or not have seen out in the lobby, but if you have not seen it yet, you should see it before the evening is over. And you're going to hear some of that music tonight. Would you please make welcome Greg Welty and band.
Such a love I've never felt, such a beauty I have never seen. Yeah. again. I was sure we had come to the end. Now here you are back at my door. My foolish heart is gonna let you in once more. Am I a fool for hanging on? How many times will I sing the same old song? I'm gonna love you till all hope is gone. Am I a fool for hanging on? You made a promise that you'd never leave. How many times I wanted to be free. I just set myself up to take the fall. 'Cause here I am again, just waiting for your call. Am I a fool for hanging on? How many times will I sing the same old song? I'm gonna love you till all hope is gone. Am I a fool for hanging on? Should walk away. This heart of mine saying love you one more day. Am I a fool for hanging on? How many times will I sing the same old song? I'm gonna love you till all hope is gone. Am I a fool for hanging on? I'm gonna love you till all hope is gone. Am I a fool for hanging on? Thank you, folks. All ain't gonna be your county fool. No, I ain't gonna be your county fool.
Hey, thanks so much. I'm not used to being the one that talks, but I guess since my name's on the cover here, I ought to do some talking. How many of you folks have seen South 79 play here in the past? All right. So that's the band I usually play with. Those guys couldn't make it this weekend, and when they told me they couldn't come and play for the hometown crowd, I decided to hire some professionals. And we're here this evening at the Saturday night of the Butler Ice Jam, celebrating a new CD release. And I'd just like to tell you one thing about this CD, and then we're going to play you a couple songs off of it. So who has a copy of my first record, Memoir? All right. Well, there's plenty of them out there for you guys to pick those up. Well, anyway, when I cut that record back in 2015, I had 8 or 9 people on it from different parts of the country, and it did real well for me. It was named the top 200 Bluegrass Album of the Year, which I was real proud of. It had a couple songs on the top 20 Bluegrass Album charts, song chart. Thank you so much. And it got me thinking, I wonder how many people I could get on one record. It'd be like a Bluegrass family reunion. And so 3 years later, and a lot of work, I got 50 different Bluegrass artists from every corner of the country. It took 30 studios to get everybody together, all in one project, and I ended up calling it Community, to sort of embody the Bluegrass community that I am so blessed to be a part of, and that all of you are a part of as well. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to play you some songs off that new record, and then I'm going to introduce you to these good bunch of pickers that are putting up with me this morning, or this evening. Here's one off the record called See My Angel in Virginia Again.
Smell of flowers and
record that's made the top 20 bluegrass songs in the country on the Bluegrass Today charts. Oh, thank you. We'll do another one for you off the new record. An old Merle Haggard tune called The Longer You Wait. If you can remember the words, he says.
Thank you so much.
The longer I've heard when you're gone, and the longer it takes you to break my heart, the longer the pain lingers on. How long will you prolong my misery? Wish I could leave on my own, 'cause the longer you wait to leave me, well, the longer I'll hurt when you're gone. We both know you never loved me. I lied to myself from the start. We both know that someday you'll leave me, and oh, it just tears me apart. How long will you prolong my misery? Wish I could leave on my own, 'cause the longer you wait to leave me, well, the longer I'll hurt when you're gone.
Take a second to introduce these fellows that are picking and singing for you. On my left, playing the bass all the way from somewhere in Virginia. What is it called? Elkton, Virginia. Does anybody know where that is? All right. I don't. He came all the way up here for the Butler Ice Jam. He's a real great bass player, one of my favorites in the whole country, so I'm real blessed to have him up here. This is Mr. Daniel Eppert. Two fellas on my right. Two of the friendliest folks you'll ever meet. You can tell by the way they're waving. They're both North Carolina boys. Has anybody ever heard of the band Claybank? They get a sure lot of airplay on Sirius XM, and one of their newest record just was named one of the top 10 albums of the year in 2018. And there was a real fancy Bluegrass Today article, which is the big Bluegrass newspaper, article about their new band configuration, and they're doing big things. But both of these fellas are the founders of the band Claybank. This is Mr. Jacob Greer on guitar. Thank doing most of the lead singing for you down here at the end is Mr. Zach Arnold playing mandolin.
Thank you, folks.
I'm real honored to have these guys join me. So since I just talked up their band, Claybank, we're going to play one of their songs. We're going to play a Claybank tune, whether they like it or not. Here's one that's done real well for them. That's been on the charts and done real well for you. So this is one of the most popular songs in the country, I guess, right now. There's an original, Where's a Train When You Need One?
Southern boy in my Carolina home, I would watch the trains as they rolled down the track, standing by the trestles in the morning all alone. How I count the days till they came rolling back. Now those days have come and gone, and they tore the stations down, and I miss the freedom that I felt inside before my heart was ever broken and the train still came around. How I'd like to climb on board and take a ride, just to climb outside a boxcar, roll down an endless line, to outrun all the heartaches and the worries in my mind, to ramble down the town till my days on earth are done. Oh, where's the train when you need one? Oh, where's the train when you need one? Changes this sleepy little town, and I'm left with hardly any peace of mind. What I'd give to hear that whistle and to see that train again, and to let it carry me on down the line. Just to climb inside a boxcar, roll down an endless line, to outrun all the heartaches and the worries in my mind, to ramble down the town till my days on earth are done. Oh, where's the train when you need one? Oh, where's the train when you need one? Just to climb inside a boxcar, roll down an endless line, to outrun all the heartaches and the worries in my mind, to ramble down the town till my days on earth are done. Oh, where's the train when you need one? Oh, where's the train when you need one? Oh, where's the train when you need one? Oh, where's the train when you need one?
Well, I just got the 2 fingers. The get off the stage fingers. So we'll play 2 more songs for you folks.
I'll tell you what, Greg, before we do that, I will briefly introduce this guy, even though you already know who he is. He's a pretty good guy to hang out with, because if something goes bad wrong with your health, he's a pretty good one to have around.
We're the only bluegrass band with our own healthcare program.
Yes, yes we are. Where are you from, Greg?
I'm from Chautauqua, New York, but I live in Pittsburgh.
What he said. That's Greg Welty.
Thank you, folks. It's a real honor to be here. I think this is my 10th year here at the Bustle Ice Game. It's my favorite weekend of the entire year. I wouldn't miss it for anything. Thank you so much for the Georges for putting this thing on. For such a great cause. Donate if you can. Thanks to all the other bands and we're going to be picking in the hallways of the hotel all night long, so the music doesn't end when the stage ends. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. Come say hi to us at the CD table. That's the next couple songs. And this next song that we're going to do is one actually that the Lonesome Lost and Foggy played right before us. It's one of our favorite songs. I think it's just a favorite of bluegrass music, and we're going to try and do it our own way. One called I've Endured. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hills and valleys through the rain and snow. I've seen the lightning flash and I've heard the thunder roll. I've endured, how long must one endure? I've seen the lightning flash and I've heard the thunder roll. I've endured, how long must one endure?
One more tune for you. We're going to try and burn the place down on this one. One last time, this is Zach Arnold, Jacob Greer, I'm Greg Welty, and this is Daniel Epper. We're going to be down at the CD table after this. Come pick up a new CD. Donate to the Ice Jam. Come back every year. This is the fastest song I know how to play. Just for you folks.
This is the fastest song I don't know how to play. I might not be able to keep up, so don't laugh at me if I mess up.
Here's one from my first CD called Sarah Jane.
Okay, hold on. Down Tennessee, oh, Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. I buy my Sarah Jane. Oh, I buy my Sarah Jane. I buy my Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. I buy my Sarah Jane. I'll get a pole to go down and crawl that hole, oh, Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. Right by my Sarah Jane. Oh, right by my Sarah Jane. Right by my Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. Right by my Sarah Jane. Well, I got a gal that's sweet to me. She lives down in Tennessee, oh, Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. Right by my Sarah Jane. Oh, right by my Sarah Jane. Right by my Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. Right by my Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane, right by my Sarah Jane. Nothing to do but sit around and sing. Right by my Sarah Jane. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, folks.
All right, I'm going to make it for Greg Welty. Band, members of Playback. Would you like to hear them do another tune? I think they would like to hear another tune, Greg. Can we talk you into one more? All right.
Well, thank you, folks.
All right.
I think I herniated something on the... Oh, whoa, whoa. We're going to have to change his hydraulic fluid here in a little bit.
I ain't fixing that.
We almost got hit by a car walking across the street to go to Pizza Hut, and Greg said, if one of y'all get hit, I ain't helping you, I'm on vacation.
Well, we started this set off with an old Lonesome River Band tune, and I guess we'll end one with it too. This is one of all of our favorite Lonesome River Band tunes called Laura Jean. I think it was cut in the late 80s. Let's do it.
Just a country girl from alone, like to dance to rock and roll. Let that red-haired boy all alone roam around from town to town. I call these dances in these honky-tonk bars, where they dance the do-si-do. Chase to the center with the right-hand star, swing that gal from Buffalo. Take your partner and you do-si-do, swing her high and swing her low. Don't you let that good girl go on, no. Play for drinks just to drown these blues, and often wonder how you are. Let's get together like old friends do. 100 miles ain't that far. Things are going as I have planned. Honey, I can't get enough. I call these dances in these honky-tonk bars all night long till early morn. Take your partner and you do-si-do, swing her high and swing her low. Don't you let that good girl go on, no. If I can't have you, then I will go. State of Texas, I will go. 'Cause down in Texas, you can always get a job. You can play that Cotton Eye Joe. It's 2 a.m. and those wild fiddles ring, and the crowds can't get enough. And all smiling, sadly my heart sings for Laura Jean, my only love. Take your partner and you do-si-do, swing her high and swing her low. Don't you let that good girl go on, no.
Thank you so much, folks. We'll be back at the seating table. Come say hi to us. Thank you so much.
How about a big hand for Greg Welty and the band? Great to have those guys up here. They sounded great. They got the new CD, the new record out in the lobby, so go out and check it out. Go out and shake it howdy with us.